morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at whether that Pokémon TCG Classic is really worth the $400 or £400 that Pokémon are charging for it. And we also need to take a little bit of a look at how you can actually get hold of this if you miss the pre-order window on the Pokémon website. Because make no mistake about it, getting it on the Pokémon TCG, the Pokémon Center online, didn't go well, ladies and gentlemen. It actually went very, very badly. I tried to get the Pokémon TCG Classic. I did. I went on the website and everything. And I was there when it went online. And I tried really hard. I tried really, really hard to get hold of it. And it didn't work. Frankly, ladies and gentlemen, it did not work. I failed. I'll be honest with you. I tried to order it. I failed. And it went away. But one of the things I noticed in the middle of all my failure was that this was retailing for £400. Now, in the US, it is a slightly more reasonable $400. For reference sake, because I know, not everyone wants to do currency conversion in their head all the time. I kind of understand it. £400 comes in on today's exchange rate at about $486. And I know you're going to be paying some sales tax over in the US, whereas ours is built into the price, but you're not going to be paying $86 worth of sales tax, so yeah, it's not going great. For what it's worth, over in Japan, they're paying a lot less than we are. They are paying 35,000 yen, which comes in at $235, which, yes, is quite the bargain by comparison. So, with that being said, and with the price as it is, we've got to ask the question, is this too much? Is it ridiculous? Now, I'm going to break down in a minute what's in there and whether I think it's worth the money. But one thing that must be borne in mind, and I think this is something that a lot of people are missing, this is a super premium product. This is as premium a product as we've seen in the Pokémon TCG. This is quite possibly the most expensive product they've ever made. This is not designed for casual consumers. Like, take something like the Mew Ultra Premium Collection. That's something which is being released this weekend. And that is a premium product. That is $120, £120, and it includes a whole bunch of stuff like a full-on Stitched Edge playmat, free promo cards including a special illustration rare Mew, an illustration rare Mewtwo, and an actual metal Mew EX, plus deck box dice and a whole mess of packs. It is a very premium product. But it's on a completely different level to this. The Mew Ultra Premium Collection is very much a case of, this is the, and again, none of this is officially from Pokemon, this is all my own, essentially, breakdown from what I know learning and teaching business for many, 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 many years. But the Mew Ultra Premium Collection is basically right at the top end of Pokemon TCG fans. This is your normal, ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill fan is probably not going to take it. And your big Pokemon TCG fans are going to look at this and go, it's 120, that's a lot. But you know what? I know it's coming. I can save for a couple of months as an exception, as a one-off, because it's so good. You know what? I'll go for it. The Pokémon TCG Classic is not that. It is not the kind of thing that you save up for a couple of months because you're a big Pokémon fan. This is an exceptional product. This is a very expensive collectible thing. This is for the biggest fans and the most hardcore Pokemon TCG collectors out there. This is not a product for casual Pokemon fans. And I'm sorry if that sounds mean, but it's true. Companies do this all the time. They release products, and this is a great example of it, that are only for the biggest spenders amongst their player base, amongst their consumer base. This is one of those products. So yes, it is fantastically expensive, no argument there. It's a kind of level where I'm sitting and looking and going, can I really spend $400 on that? But it is designed for the real top spenders of the Pokemon TCG. That is who it's designed for, and that's why it's priced this way. And I think a lot of people are missing this very important point. Oh, they're pricing it at $400. How's a normal Pokemon fan going to be able to afford this? Well, they've told you that in their pricing. They're not. That's the point. And they aren't going to make as many of these as they are regular products. Things like the Mew Ultra Premium Collection, they make less than they do, say, the Zapdos CX box, which is, of course, a much cheaper, much more normal product. Well, the Pokemon TCG Classic, they are going to make a lot less than they would make, for instance, the Mew Ultra Premium Collection, because of the person it's actually aimed at. Because of the target market here, it's very, very narrow. So with all of that borne in mind then, is it actually worth the money? Essentially what you get here is free decks and a bunch of very premium accessories. Now at the World Championships, they actually showed off the full deck list side by side in English and in Japanese for all 3 decks, which is extremely cool, but they're not legal. They're not tournament legal. Now, remember, there are new cards in here. We've got Lugia, Ho-Oh, and Suicune X. And then you've got Drops in the Ocean, Sunseed, and Scorching Charcoal. They're new tool cards. Now, there is also one new card in the English version, and that is the Mr. Mime from the Vending Collection, because that was released in Japan, but it never actually got an English language release. It is being released in English for the first time in this particular product. So, in a weird kind of way, the English version is a bit more exciting than the Japanese version. In another kind of way, look at the Charizard cards next to each other, and the Japanese version is clearly cooler than the English version, but I digress. You get 3 decks themed around, obviously, your Blastoise, your Venusaur, and your Charizard, and they are presented in deck boxes with the relevant energy symbols on them. You get yourself a proper job case in which it comes, and that folds out into a playmat, and you get yourself some other cool accessories, like, for instance, stackable damage counters that you literally stack on top of each other to show the damage, some new poison and burn markers, and you basically figure out heads and tails using a ball rolled into a little well with 2 marked as heads and 2 marked as tails. It is extremely cool. But this is one of those things where if what you're looking for is a product where you buy it and go, yeah, that's $400 worth, I don't know if you're going to see that here. If you're buying this as this is one of the coolest things Pokemon have ever done and I love it and this is exclusive and awesome, then I do think you're going to see the value in here. It really depends where you're coming from. For a lot of Pokemon fans, there is a better way to spend $400 on Pokemon TCG stuff, and that's okay. But part of the appeal of this is that it is a very limited product, a very premium product, and it is being done in such a way as to reflect that. Now, if you really want this, there is good news. Yes, it's sold out on the Pokemon Center. There might be a restock, there might not, I don't know, I can't tell you. What I can tell you is, I've spoken to a few local store owners, and they are getting stock of this. This is going to be coming into your local game store. Now, they're not going to get a huge amount of them, but I'm hearing up to 8 in some local game stores. This is not official or confirmed. These are rumors I'm hearing, let's be clear. But local game stores are going to get some. And remember all those times I've told you that you should make friends with your local game store and you should use your local game store even if some products are a little bit cheaper online to support them? And I know that's not possible for everybody because of budget, because of not having a good local game store, etc. But where you can, you should. Yeah, this is where that's going to come in handy. Because there are going to be a bunch of people out there who are regulars at their local game store who are going to send them a message later and be like, hey buddy, can you save me one? And the game store owner is going to be like, yeah, sure, mate, I got you. And there are going to be a bunch of other people who always shop online to try and get the best possible deal, who can't find it online for obvious reasons, and they message a local game store near them and they're like, nah mate, sorry, we're saving them for the regulars. And to be clear, I am 100% in favour of this. I absolutely do believe that the locals at a game store should be given preferential treatment when it comes to hard to find products, because they are the people that keeps the game store in business. They are the reason why that game store continues to trade and is there in the first place. And I absolutely believe incredibly strongly local game stores should prioritise their regulars when it comes to hard to find products, because when it comes to easy to find products, they are the people that are still going to buy it at the local game store when everyone else is trying to find the best deal online. Do remember, of course, if all you're after are the exclusive cards, that's not a huge problem, because we know that the new cards are coming in their own products. So the free EXs are definitely going to be in this product. The free tools are definitely going to be in this product. I'm unsure about the Mr. Mime. They phrased it a couple different ways. It is an exclusive card, but is it really new? I don't know. I can't tell you one way or the other whether the Mr. Mime will be in this new product, whatever it's going to be, that's coming out early next year. But we know that Pokemon are aware of it, so I'm crossing my fingers and hoping it will be. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Is it worth the 400? Depends who you are. And I'm sorry, I know that's a rubbish answer, but I taught business for many years, and what I told my class constantly was very true. The answer to most questions in business is, it depends. That is the answer here. Ask yourself what kind of Pokemon fan you are, and that's going to give you the answer as to whether this is actually worth picking up for 400 or not. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about it. I want to know if you've been able to pre-order it. I want to know if you want to pre-order it. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Chelsea Rose, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for being awesome. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.